95% of their offense they lost after last season.
Mikulak really a good passer. They get a little post up, and unfortunately for Iowa State, not the ability to contain this guy. He can play in and out, grim, and become a terrific three-point shooter.
Kenny Pratt picks up his second foul, third team foul against the Cyclones. Tate being guarded by Willoughby. Grimm puts it on the floor, straight to the goal, and it's stolen away. Dedric Willoughby to Kenny Pratt on the sidelines. He loses it, and will get a foul.
Is that number 3? They don't have the kind of depth to afford that. Tim Floyd gets a little excited. Get the house in a little bit, Gus. Last year in the Big 8 tournament, he had to take a second half off.
And that's trouble for Iowa State. Kenny Pratt averaging 19 points a game in his last 4 contests. There's Thames down low on the block, can't get the roll, and cleared by Kelvin Cato. Willoughby for 3.
He's got the green light. First good look he's had. Clay Edwards in the game a lot, plays a lot like Grimm. Tough, feisty competitor.
Dedric Willoughby shooting 30% from the three-point line on the year. Here's Thames. Tried to leave it for Tate. Grabs it, shoots it. Tipped. And finally cleared by Kelvin Cato. Here's Moderman. Got a good look and buries it.
Boy, did he get himself under control. Got all organized before he knocked it down.
15-9. 11:38 to go here in the first half of play.
And Holloway face guarding Sutherland. He hasn't had many opportunities.
Loose ball, and we'll get a jump ball situation. Possession arrow in the favor of the Tigers. .11:30 to go here in the first half. Iowa State and Missouri going head up. 11:30 to go here in the first half of play. Iowa State on top of Missouri, and Joe Moderman coming off the bench using the three-pointer to perfection.
Well, the lament was no deep shooting by Coach Floyd. Well, he's getting an answer from Joe Moderman, a married individual, incidentally.
In August.
Wife Melissa, but look at the number there. And surprisingly, Willoughby had the one look. It's a nice insertion by Tim Floyd that got his guys ringing the bell. He feels they're not a good shooting team. Yeah. Well, it might be the guy that changes his mind.
In the ball game right now for Iowa State, J.C. Holloway, Dedric Willoughby, Clay Edwards, Tony Rampton, and Sean Bankhead.
Now they ran a double screen for Willoughby off the timeout. Here's a flare cut to get him the ball.
He'll penetrate to the goal and is fouled. That's Simeon Haley, as he draws his first foul of the ball game.
A lot of things are being run on the offensive end to get good opportunities for Tim Floyd's guys. That time, nice use of the flare screen and an empty backside. One-on-one strong by Willoughby.
In the ball game now for Missouri, Kendrick Moore, as Dedric Willoughby goes to the line, 83% free throw shooter. And Kendrick Moore was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Connecticut, rather. And he has struggled. He's the point guard of the future for this team.
Yeah, they feel he's got to contribute for them to be sound.
And we'll get a whistle. Dedric Willoughby. Shot will not count. He steps on the sideline.
Interesting with that. We have a good hustle, scrap. And he wasn't established, I guess, is the call. I thought he may have had them both in. Winfield taken out early, and we have not heard whether he was sick or not. Has not been inserted.
So here's Kendrick Moore. Has played only 13 minutes in the last 2 games. Inside Kelly Thames. He can't get it to fall, and we'll get a foul. Simeon Haley picking up his second foul of the game.
Now, that time, Iowa State got caught between defenses. That's why Kelly Thames was so free in the lane. He's got to knock that down for Missouri.
Fourth team foul against the Tigers.
Stack set.
Bacon. And the long rebound out to Kendrick Moore. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the first half. 16-9 our score.
I think they got a box and one on Sutherland. I don't think they recognize it.
Thames.
A lot of respect. I'm sure you had that played against you in your heyday.
No, not quite. Here's Tate. And a traveling violation.
Totally out of sync now. It's amazing how players are. Norm Stewart talked about the different defenses, so you know they went through preparing for it, and yet once you see it with the aggressive nature of Holloway, you just don't do the same things. You're not relaxed.
9th turnover for Missouri. They come into the game averaging 17 on the year.
A little staggered double for Willoughby here. Nice play again.
Stay down, Jason.
Very good without the basketball, Dedric.
Here's Willoughby in traffic.
He's got the green light anytime he wants. He may have gotten away with a walk in the backcourt.
Iowa State staying in the full court pressure, and J.C. Holloway, quick hands, almost came up with a turnover.
Now there's 27 seconds left. 2 seconds to a backcourt violation in the NBA. I think they should do that in college now, although they're going to put it in the front court here. It had gone out of bounds. The defense does a good job. They don't get rewarded.
Here's Thames, backdoor Moore.
Still the box and one. You can get some easy shots.
Missed shot by Haley. Dedric Willoughby trying to come down with the rebound, but he can't hold on to it. We'll stay down here.
We always had this problem going up that high. Dedric does a nice job rebound at the end of it. This is the box and one. Very confusing. You get the good look. And Dedric actually too high to come down. Under control.
Corey Tate inbounding the ball.
I'm sorry, just say Ferguson in the game. What a talent he's going to be.
Out of Everett High School in Lansing, same high school as Magic Johnson. Nice look on the baseline. Kelvin Cato with the block, but a foul called on the play before the shot.
We talked about his reaction in our meetings. Just extraordinary understanding and timing. Making sure in the back they get the little touch. I don't know who they gave it to Motorman, but just reading and helping, and that sort of sets up your defensive schemes when you're coaching.
So that sends Kelly Thames to the line, 79% free throw shooter. Had a great game against George Washington, scoring 24 points and hauling down 17 rebounds in that game. He was 16 of 20 from the free throw line.
That's the versatility is what impresses you, isn't it? He can go down on the box and score, face, dribble.
Second free throw off the mark, and another rebound by Kelvin Cato.
Nice duck in, and they had Cato, but they don't go to him. Grimm just a little tardy on the denial.
16 seconds on the shot clock. Moderman being real patient. Willoughby, dribble penetration, and he'll draw the hand-checking foul. Dedric Willoughby, really quick first step.
Extraordinary. I mean, that was explosive. The motion sets up the elimination of weak side help. Nobody there to get in position, but the speed to the 10.
Kendrick Moore, his first foul, 15th foul against Missouri. Nice look back door to Willoughby, and he'll pick up another foul, this time against Derek Grimm.
Now, this shouldn't happen to a Missouri team. The screen away setting that up. Not good communication. You may have to switch, and you know he won't play zone. Told me on the phone the other day, I said, did you ever play zone? He said, maybe in 1972. You weren't around then.
So Dedric Willoughby, a transfer from the University of New Orleans, where As a freshman, he played for Tim Floyd, averaged 10 points a game as a freshman, and shot 42% from the three-point line. And he's got 5 points.
Let's see what everybody's man-to-man right now.
10-point lead for Iowa State. 8:17 to go in the first half. Grimm.
You can see the preparation, though. They know who the shooters are. Tagging everybody out deep.
Grimm posting up. Turnaround. Looks backside to Thames. And he knocks it down.
That's a great look from the post. Unselfish look by Dedric.
Missouri showing a little token pressure here. J.C. Holloway over the midcourt line, guarded by Ferguson.
If Ferguson will guard, Norm will give him minutes. He's got to prove to the coach.
.14 on the shot clock inside. Cato drops down.
That's where he has his problems. Now, I mentioned not playing in high school. That polish necessary. That was an immediate. He had the man on his left shoulder. Drop step to his right. Here's the duck in. Now, all he got to do is drop the right leg, but he out of sync totally. He's going to be a good one when he learns that offensive maneuver down in that box area.
Missouri with the basketball, down 20-12, and that is their 10th turnover of the ball game. Amazing statistic so far. Jason Sutherland, who's getting ready to check back into the ball game, is not taking a shot. Other scores from around the country: Penn State losing for the first time today. Syracuse, Connecticut.
And Sutherland with the ability to shoot deep, it's such a factor, but the face guarding by Holloway has been a significant impact.
Shelby Walton also in the ball game. Junior from your part of the country, New Jersey.
East Side High. He and his brother, I told him to chastise his brother. Hit those books, he'd be a factor here.
Speaking of his brother, Carlo, who was declared ineligible for the second semester, didn't take care of his responsibilities in the classroom. Here's Grimm from 3.
Has that helped them? They haven't had anything deep. The slough-off defense, the denial in the box, been a factor. But they're a team that loosens you up with a lot of looks.
Derek Grimm, a 39% three-point shooter, 16-41 on the year.
He's been on a little bit of a tear lately, though.
Here's Willoughby.
Who's this guy?
Dedric Willoughby, the go-to man. He's got 8 points. Iowa State on top 23-15, and we'll get a whistle and a foul.
Cato tried to run through the double screen. Now that's the experience on the bench. Norm got Grimm off. Now he comes back with a nice staggered look to set him up. And of course, Cato, you don't want him fouling out. He's going to get him around the 10.
So Jason Sutherland comes back into the ball game, and he's joined on the floor with Kendrick Moore, Kelly Thames, Derek Grimm, and Corey Tate from Missouri. 6:06 to go here in the first half of play. Sutherland, his first shot of the game, rattles out.
And just the same maneuver now. Set up your score. Norm calling that out of bounds play.
Sutherland guarding Walton. Here's Willoughby. Mid-range jump shot, high roll, and out of bounds.
Everything goes through his hands on a consistent basis. Defensively, a lot of stress on your game.
Here's Sutherland, his second shot of the game, and he'll knock it down. And with 5:38 to go, Iowa State now leading 23-17.
A quick 20.
20-second timeout. Each team awarded 1 20-second timeout per half. And Tim Floyd wants to talk things over, and what a job he's done here. You know, with all the transfers, with all the graduation rather, and all the transfers in from other schools, to have a 12-4 record this late in the season, he feels that he should be 7-9.
I think defensively they run a lot of things, and some nights they let you down, when you don't have a consistent staple defense like Missouri does. All of a sudden, Missouri able to get a couple of open jumpers deep. Grimm, then you get the little out of bounds. All of a sudden, a comfort zone for Missouri. They've got to step up their defense knowing that Willoughby's going to get a lot of bumps. They may have to switch out on him. And two great athletes out of South Dakota, Sutherland and Pat O'Brien. Think about it.
Oh, no question about it.
At least one of the two can shoot deep.
23-17. Moderman popping out. Inside Cato. He'll back his way in.
Yeah, it's not bad. Set up deep like that, you're vulnerable.
Kelvin Cato with 6 points. Derek Grimm from downtown again. Rolls out. Scooped up by Cato.
Look at the balance, though. All the yellow shirts back. Great recognition.
Top of the key, J.C. Holloway. Inside Cato again. Looking for a shot. And he'll get it to drop.
Well, we mentioned not enough polish, but it's getting up there.
Inside and a block by Cato. Iowa State hustling. Here's Willoughby.
Oh, no. Take it. Cato going away from the goal. He is a force. Extraordinary on the defensive end. This is all a plus. The ability to use the glass, but on the defensive end, he's keeping them alive. They're able to explode the other way and get some opportunities.
Tim Floyd had another player similar to Kelvin Cato at New Orleans, Irvin Johnson, who's now playing for Seattle. There's Sutherland, his three-point try off the mark.
And another, that's right. He didn't play in high school, Irvin Johnson. Did he spot him working someplace?
Bagging groceries.
Yeah.
Inside Cato, they're going to continue to go to him. This time guarded by Haley. And he'll draw a foul.
I wouldn't have fouled him that far. I don't think he's got that shot yet. The turnaround jumper on the box, yes, out 10 feet. And the 20-second timeout. Maybe the crowd has Missouri frazzled.
The James H. Hilton Coliseum here in Ames, Missouri and Iowa State. And tell you what, this Iowa State team has come out and they are very determined. Up 27-17 right now. 1-1 in Big 8 play. Their win coming against Oklahoma State. Their loss coming to Kansas State in their first game on the road.
Thank goodness for AAU basketball, huh? The country wouldn't have found out about this guy. There are a number of pro scouts here to look at some pretty talented guys. He has an extraordinary ability on one end. And if you talk to NBA people, the one thing they always say is, do one thing well, NBA well. He can block shots. Therefore, he can play some defense. He adds a little spice and variety on the offensive end. He could have himself a future.
Kelvin Cato, as we told you, didn't play high school ball. And the reason he didn't, his family moved a great deal while he was in high school. And the rules in Decatur or in Georgia wouldn't allow him to play at a high school in the town that he was living in.
Tim Floyd busy this weekend. They had a recruit in here. And they feel that all the newcomers learning what he wants to have done, he thinks he can have an impact in this conference.
3:56 to go. Largest lead of the game, 11 points.
Little 2-3 look now. So this puts a lot of pressure on the point guard to get him organized. John Calipari probably knows a lot about Moore, huh? In that Hartford public.
Feigns, ball flick. Gets nobody up in the air, and he travels.
That is intimidation. You make the guy change, good poise, stay on the floor, don't elevate.
3:38 to go. It's been all Iowa State.
Let's take you back now to Gus Johnson and Bill Raftery, a man whose playbook is in the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, it's the Baseball Hall of Fame, but it's in the Hall of Fame. Gus?
Gus Johnson, Bill Raftery. I didn't know that playbook was in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for giving so many other people the opportunity to win games. Well, at least John's back there straightening everything out. Pat needs some assistance.
Right here, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half of play. Iowa State leading Missouri 28-19. And so far, it seems like Iowa State's patience has been the difference.
And also, that last time out, Harge in the game, they went right to him, and he went at the chest of Kelvin Cato, because he knows Stewart feeling what a factor Cato is. They got to get him off the floor.
Kelvin Cato, he's got 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block shot here in the first half of play, coming off a career high of 15 points against Oklahoma State.
And you add in, he picked up the charge on Grimm, the walk before on Thames, and how about some hurries, and what a first half he's had.
30-19, under 3 to go. Here's Sutherland, only 2 points here in the first half of play. Iowa State shooting 48% from the floor, 38% for the Tigers. Thames from 15.
Smooth. Very confident. Harge working hard, going box to box on Cato.
And a steal. Kendrick Moore, though, unable to hold on to the basketball. He steps on the sideline.
And right here, you've got to be ready. Good pressure to try to shake it up, instill some confidence, create some action by their defense.
J.C. Holloway, the point guard, guarded by Jason Sutherland. And so far, Julian Winfield started the ball game, but has not played since early here in the first half.
He got hit. Well, Harge just walks on the floor, and he does hit some people.
Dedric Moore in deep, got his man off the floor, but had it stripped by Kelvin Cato.
Amazing.
Willoughby dribbling with his head down, had a man wide open, Sean Bankhead, but he'll draw the foul anyway.
And Ferguson showed a little inexperience that far from the basket. Norm Stewart working the officials, but Cato, and then the nice communication on the save. He stayed in bounds. This looked like an easy deuce on the dump down, and just saving it with some good hand strength, and the save back to Cato. Pretty good play, huh?
Kelvin Cato takes a seat.
Now, you mentioned Winfield out, and his activity, his maneuverability, a factor in the tapes that I looked at, and he has to not be feeling well.
Dedric Willoughby. Second free throw falls. Iowa State, less than 2 minutes to go, taking a 32-21 lead. So it looks like Connecticut about to beat Syracuse at home 14 seconds ago. Iowa State now in the 2-3 zone.
I think they got this the box and one. They've got Holloway trailing Sutherland.
Kick out Ferguson. Strong rebound, Harge, and the putback.
Oh, don't fight over the vegetables with him. He'll grab it all. The tenderizer.
6'11", 330 freshman. Received a hardship year of eligibility last season because of head and ankle injuries.
And Motorman trying to drag him outside. Not a bad maneuver, but they don't have the post-up of Cato in there.
Bankhead turnaround. Another rebound by Monty Harge.
Still a box and one. I think the foul line ends up open, but you've got to cut a little bit. Ferguson might get a good look on the wing, too.
Sutherland just completely taken out of his game. Only 2 points here in the first half.
Well, this should help others, though, the box and one. They're just not getting themselves in the proper spots.
Thames, the kick out to Moore from the free throw line, and his shot is short.
You got to make them, and you get it there.
Willoughby, dump down, Bankhead. Willoughby again, and he's fouled. Now coming up on Pennzoil at the half, Pat O'Brien will be joined by the head coach of #1 ranked UMass, John Calipari. of all the scores and highlights, plus a live taste of Syracuse versus Connecticut.
Got a chance to talk to John Calipari, and that game's now final. Spoke to John this morning and talked about Marcus Camby. I know they had a conversation with him, and just the feeling to know that he's healthy and how proud he is of the program. Bruiser Flint stepping in when John had to go to the hospital with Marcus Camby, and he'll be a head coach someday, Bruiser. Marcus hopefully back next week, I think, huh?
Exactly. Monty Hart's checking out of the ball game. 8.3 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Iowa State on top 32-23. Now, they had a 9-point lead against Oklahoma State in their last game, but in the second half ended up allowing the Cowboys to come back and tie things up. Here's Moore, 6 seconds to go, to the hole, and a foul.
Now, Norm has been working pretty good on the sideline. And that's one of those, well, I know you've been around a while, Coach. Let me see if I can help you out a little bit.
Used to get those all the time.
They went the other way, unfortunately. Tim Floyd right here. I just thought this was great basketball. A little small change, toe dance, maybe contact down below.
2 shots.
So Kendrick Moore steps to the line. 65% free throw shooter. Was a teammate of Marcus Camby at Hartford Public School.
In fact, I guess on his armband, he's wearing the number of Marcus Camby. Just to pay a little homage and show his concern for the terrific All-American up at UMass.
Second free throw falls. 2.3 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Clay Edwards baseball pass ahead. Broken up by Derek Grimm. Three-pointer. J.C. Holloway off the mark. Missouri, their lowest scoring first half of the season. And that is the end of the first half of play. With the score, Iowa State on top 33-24. Pat O'Brien, John Calipari will be along with the Pennzoil at the half after these messages and a word from your local station. Back at the Hilton Coliseum, where our score at halftime, 33-24, Iowa State leading Missouri, and the big mystery concerning the Tigers is the absence of Julian Winfield. He only played 1 minute in the first half of play.
Well, Bob Brindle, their SID, let our guys know that his shoulder's bothering him, but both of us waved at Julian, and it's more that it's a coach's decision that 1 minute. He struggled, doubles what, last game, and a number before that, one in the last 10 double figures. And he remains on the pine. And one thing about old-timers, which Norm is, I mean, they have confidence in their bench. He plays all the guys. If you're not playing up to his standard, he's not afraid to take you out and not put you back in either. But this is the kind of a game a guy like Julian could contribute to, give him a little excitement, a little flair. They just need a little life to their game. The boxing one's been devastating, and he's got a little change in the opening lineup here.
Chip Walther comes in to start at point guard here in the second half. Almost a turnover. Walther bounced past the thing, and he has it swatted.
Oh, stop it. Save the whistle. Referees have to know, let them play these big guys. This is just a broken play. Walther does a nice job giving it up. Kelly Thames, good, strong move, but look at that. I mean, that's just great defensive basketball.
First foul against Kelvin Cato since Kelly Thames to the line. And he'll get the first one to drop. Kelly Thames was Mr. Show Me basketball in Missouri his senior year. One of the most prized recruits coming out of St. Louis in a long time.
And looking at games, he has shown me a lot, incidentally. Terrific performer.
Here's Sean Bankhead on the left wing.
Inside out, and you got to stay at home on Willoughby, too, and Sutherland knows it.
And we'll get a foul. Looks like Jason Sutherland.
Number 5, Jason Sutherland of Missouri, his first personal, the Tigers' first team foul of the half.
Had some great Bear stories last night, didn't he? Coach Haskins down at UTEP, Tim Floyd assistant there. NCAA championship.
Pratt, quick shot. Now he had 3 early fouls in the first half. Comes back to start the second half of play. Thames in transition, cut off on the baseline. He'll let it go anyway and knock it down.
He's got great confidence in his game now, and that'll be the guy that'll ride.
33-28, a minute into the second half.
And one thing Norm would have addressed at halftime is their defensive pressure. They're a terrific man-to-man team. Stay at home, don't gamble.
Iowa State very patient in the half-court set. Inside, knocked away by Thames. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's Holloway trying to create. Willoughby raising up. His shot off the back of the iron, rebounded by Monty Hart.
How about that checkout? 4 yellow shirts, not a white one near to go.
So Chip Walther, the starting point guard here in the second half. He's a walk-on. Bounce pass inside to Harge, and he can't convert.
Kelly Thames with a game and making things happen for Norm Stewart. He set up Harge. He begged him to come to the tin. Great little catchable bounce pass.
And Sean Bankhead picks up his first foul. As the big fella, Monty Hart steps to the line for 2 shots. He's 12 of 30 from the free throw line on the year. Strong, physical player. And they feel that he could be a great one here at Missouri. Coach Stewart, though, on the phone earlier this week talked about Hart having one problem, and although he's got great size, he's got small hands.
And amazing, and he's only a 40% free throw shooter, as attested by that last delivery. One of the notes I have, he hurts you accidentally. He's one of those guys in layup drills that might bang his teammate.
Misses them both there. Hauled in by Clay Edwards. Iowa State, they haven't made a field goal in close to 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Look for Dedric Willoughby maybe to end that for him. Here's Edwards. Baseline cutting.
And Grimm plays real good D and yet helps on the post as well. They harassed the passer that time.
Pratt steps out. 10 to go on the shot clock. Holloway for 3.
Why not? JC, you can help your team by taking those.
J.C. Holloway has hit at least 1 3-pointer in 5 of the last 7 games. In Iowa State, they take a 36-28 lead.
Only kid in Kansas high school history to win 4 state championships. That's amazing. They got to walk here with the quick hands. Oh, they are alert. Kenny Pratt challenging Derek Grimm.
Dedric Willoughby running the point right now, guarded by Jason Sutherland. And we'll get a foul down on the block.
Derek Grimm trying to run right through. That's why you love watching him perform. And he's going to give you everything he has to make the defense work. Aggressive personality.
That's a 3rd foul on Grimm.
It was deflected. He got inbounds and established himself. Norm is saying no, and Tim Floyd wants to get a piece of this discussion. You're supposed to bring both coaches together when you have a conversation. But Norm begging for that play, and then the referee's right. Just explain it. The inbounds pass when Holloway, it was slapped in play. He stepped from out of bounds, inbounds, picked it up. It was legal. Right here, this is the one he was arguing about, saying the Walter did he, and see how he's established. Pretty alert play.
So Missouri gets it back, trailing by 10. Corey Tate, here's Thames. Pull up, can't get it to go. Rebound and a foul inside.
Tate active on the glass too, and another opportunity. The kiss shot by Kelly Thames almost got it to go down. He is tough down in the box.
And Holloway will pick up his first foul. Sutherland around to pick. Tipped by Harge, and finally hauled in by Kelvin Cato. Willoughby. Dribble penetration and a foul.
You mentioned the dribble drive, how fast it was in the first half. That was quicker, Gus. Explosive. Turbos to the goal. And you can't get your defense set when a guy breaks you down that fast.
And his ability to go to the goal will inevitably loosen up things for that nice jump shot of his.
This is a little bit of a slower speed than he used. And you see at the end, Harge, as noted earlier, gets a piece of guys just by being around.
Foul's going to be called against Corey Tate. That's his first. As Willoughby goes back to the line. And Willoughby, we told you about how he transferred from New Orleans after playing for head coach Tim Floyd. You take a look at him there, and the reason that he transferred is because when he was being recruited, Coach Floyd went into Dedric's house and said, hey, son, you're going to graduate in 4 years if you stay with me. So when Coach Floyd left New Orleans, so did Dedric.
It's worked out pretty well for both of them. Nice use of the pass, no dribble against that half-court track. Part of what Norm said, they run a lot of things against you.
Here's Ferguson, the kick out. Kelly Thames counting.
Solid.
He's got 14. Cuts the lead to 9 points for Iowa State.
See if they can establish Cato a little bit in the offensive end, get him involved. Little fake shuffle cut, step back.
Kick down.
Who needs Cato? Give it to Willoughby. Well designed, Gus.
Dedric Willoughby with 15 points now. Iowa State goes up 42-30.
They've played away before, these guys. They will not pack the tack.
Chip Walther quiets the crowd with the three-pointer. He's a walk-on out of St. Louis, Missouri.
You are tired if you play Willoughby all game. He is great off the ball. Ferguson has the assignment now. Series of bumps.
Willoughby, kick out. Pratt passes up the jumper, leans in, caught by Cato, and he has it blocked and out of bounds.
Harge is the guy. May have gotten a piece of him on that one. You didn't need the extra little dipsy-do. And right here, Cato, very alert. Harge just bodying the old Tavern League belly shove.
Harge will pick up his second. We get another substitution in for the Tigers. Scott Combs, a 6'7" sophomore out of Indiana, checks into the ball game.
Two shots.
Does not see a lot of time, averaging less than 10 minutes a game. And Kelvin Cato steps to the line. Big first half for him. He's got 11 points.
A little slope though. Good rotation. If he can improve offensively by the end of the year, this will be a tough out, this club. Played 5 times in the postseason at UNO. He's used to winning.
They got the second one to go. Close to 15 left. Iowa State still hanging on. And Nebraska. That's next weekend on CBS Sports.
And the experience of Missouri in handling that full court pressure. Ran a guy long, shook up the pressure in the backcourt.
11-point lead for Iowa State. Under 15 to go. Simeon Haley back in the game now for the Tigers. Here's Combs trying to get his man off the floor. And get it to go.
Nice job. You got to lace him up when you play for Missouri. He's going to use everybody.
And we'll get a foul on the floor. Corey Tate having his hands full guarding Dedric Willoughby.
And that's just the thought as you look at Norm there. Julian Winfield played a minute in the first half. Initially, the shoulder is what we were told. And just chatting with him at halftime, it was like, okay, it looked like maybe he'd be not necessarily taught a lesson, but not being used.
Alley-oop, Cato.
Now they saw it once and went to the well with it.
Walther, pump fake, inside. Gets it to Combs, and he knocks it in. So Missouri trying to put together a run. They trail at 44-37.
When you need baskets, you like to go inside or use the dribble.
Inside, Bankhead.
That's on Tate, I believe it is.
Number 32, Corey Tate, his 17th foul at Missouri. 42, Kenny Pratt returns to
So Corey Tate picks up the foul.
Yeah, that's number 3 then if it is him.
Number 22, Dedric Willoughby will shoot 1-1 for the Cyclones.
So Dedric Willoughby will head back to the free throw line. That's the 17th foul against Missouri. So from this point out, Iowa State in the 1-1. Willoughby unable to get the free throw to go. 13:28 to go here in the second half of play. Dedric Willoughby with 15 points. Corey Tate popping out. Here's Combs. And the rebound out to little J.C. Holloway. On the block, Bankhead gets caught underneath the basket, and they'll say this is a jump ball.
I think they're going to call a foul. I agree with your call, though. I think that was a pretty good defensive maneuver.
His first personal, the 18th foul that happened. 42, Derek Grimm.
This club has been trying to sneak baskets. This club being Iowa State. Get a guy out in the open floor. Take away stress of their half-court offense. And I thought that was a jumping up. Possession arrow favoring.
So Clay Edwards checks back into the game for Iowa State, and Kelvin Cato will take a seat. Here's Sean Bankhead, 6'6", 215, out of Point, California. He gets the first free throw. Nice roll there. 70% free throw shooter on the year.
With the change in D now, you make free throws. You got a little wrinkle to throw at the club. Walther has to be prepared, initiate the offense. They backed it up. Let's see. Man to man. Three-quarter.
Derek Grimm also back in the game. Grimm, Haley, Tate, Walther, and Thames on the court for Missouri. Backdoor Walther. He'll go up strong and get the roll.
Great look. Corey Tate on the money.
Seven-point lead. 12:37 to go.
Steal a little clock for Cato. Run a little time. Nice duck in here by Bankhead.
They kick it out. And Holloway will start it again. 11 seconds to go on the time clock.
Oh, look, he took the high side and gave the open jumper. Great pass by J.C. Holloway. The loop over the Gamble high side of the screen.
Dedric Willoughby with 18 points. And the crowd getting back into this ball game, but we'll get a foul in the paint. That's Clay Edwards putting the body on Simeon Haley. He picks up his first. 11:59 left to play here in the second half. Iowa State holding on to a 10-point lead.
Well, Gus Johnson, I know you have a lot of moves that can shake and bake, but how about this maneuver that encircled Dedric Willoughby coming to the ball? Now the high side as we just stop it. The gamble. Now this pass by Holloway over the top. The defense can't recover, and joy to the world as you get back on that defensive end. That feels awfully good.
10-point lead for Iowa State. Here's Corey Tate. And the 2-guard now for Missouri.
And look at the cushion by Willoughby, Gus. I mean, he's down on the foul line. He jammed up the post.
Kick out Grimm.
Haley's not even getting touches down on the block.
10 on the shot clock. Thames calling for the ball. 4 on the shot clock. Grimm from way down.
Well, that shot was anything but Grimm. Well, if you're going to get stuck with it in your Missouri, why not in his hands? He's improved his ability, at least from looking at games as they progress, with the dribble, too. I mean, he's not only a deep shooter.
How about the little battle between Holloway and Walther? 2-point guard spot.
Look like two altar boys out there, don't they?
Moderman back in the game.
Nice cut again. Is he active?
The kick out. Holloway. Hustled down by Kelly Thames.
Cato almost got a slap back for his club.
So Missouri with a defensive stop. Here's Thames turning, shooting.
Good call, though, huh? He is solid down deep.
Kenny Pratt been quiet here in the second half. Crossover dribble to the hole. And he'll get bumped.
Take the hit. John Cameron Swayze, keep on ticking.
Call number 45.
Terrific use of the bounce. Fake to the left, cross it over, bend down. A lot of guys don't do that. And right here, almost the strength to get it up on the glass after taking a hit from a 7-footer.
Haley picks up his 4th foul of the game, and Kenny Pratt with 4 points, 3 rebounds, steps to the line. Not a good looking shot on his first attempt. Kenny Pratt averaging 19 points a game over his last 5. And the interesting statistic about him, he scored 10 or more points in the second half this season. Rebounded Cato.
And what a presence of mind. Kick it out and use some clock and get a good shot. Good cut.
Pratt wheeling. Off balance shot. And he'll go back to the stripe again.
Johnny O'Brien in the early 50s played for Seattle. He was like a 5'11 center. Pratt's bigger than that, but he is a center. And he's just flash, cuts, turns, explodes to the basket. Very difficult to defend in there.
So Derek Grimm picks up his 4th. Mizzou starting to get in trouble concerning the fouls, and Kenny Pratt just can't get a free throw to go right now. And Corey Tate checks back in for Grimm.
A big thing that was stressed yesterday by Tim Floyd was getting to the foul line. And that's a very impressive stat. Use of the dribble has gotten him to the line.
Iowa State a 69% free throw shooting team. Kenny Pratt having his struggles. Here's Sutherland. Tate from the top of the key. Rebound and blocked by Kelvin. Cato.
Return to sender.
Can't make the catch. Knocked out of bounds. They say it's last touch by the Tigers.
I don't think Yogi Berra would have been able to handle that heat on that pass. Defensive awareness. Always looking to help, whether it's his man or on others. And this is one of those check the nails in the floor. Get it out of town. Ooh. Impact.
Under 10 minutes to play. Cato posted up on Haley. Skip pass. Willoughby.
Cato showing his unselfish side.
But Jason Sutherland answering on the other end. That's a 2-pointer, 52-44.
Well, if they can shake him free now, Gus, he has not had a lot of opportunities to feel the ball.
Moderman on the left wing, guarded by Tate, and we get a foul inside.
On Bankhead. And in this particular play, he actually fouled them earlier, and the ref stayed with it. Sutherland with a good job defensively, fought all the way around. You can't clean the post guy out when you're the offensive man.
Second foul on Bankhead. Walter picks up his dribble. Quickly gets it back.
Sutherland got away with a kick there.
Tate accelerating down the baseline, and he gets bumped by Joe Moderman.
And the referee's talking to Sutherland out on the top of the key about his reaction. What had happened, he fell to the floor and extended his legs. Didn't hit anybody, but the officials trying to straighten it out, saying, don't do that. I love his competitive heart, but within the framework of basketball, once in a while you get carried away. It's become a little more physical. And down inside, now watch the leg up in the air. You can see how he got away. Now he'll fall on the trip. Bankhead and he were down the other end. And right there, the Pele extension.
And Corey Tate will go to the line.
That should be on the baseline. They finally get it organized.
Well, they say it's a non-shooting foul. Gets bumped on the baseline, as you say, Coach. That's the 16th foul against Iowa State. One more, and Missouri will be in the bonus. Ferguson in the corner, being guarded by Bankhead.
Get it to Kelly. Give him a little roll.
Kelly faces the basket, raises, and has it rejected.
Tate with the foul. Cato having a ball out there. It's my party. And you can have a little hop in your step when you elevate and start fast break opportunities. The reach over top by Corey Tate. And right here, Willoughby almost came up with it clean. He's keeping the ball alive, giving him an opportunity to turn to the offensive end.
Third block of the game for Kelvin Cato. And here's Willoughby, 7 of 11 from the line, making 7 of 12. He's got 21 points already.
What's amazing, he's an 83% shooter from that free line. Sometimes you get a little bit too pumped.
21 points, 6 rebounds. And the second shot goes. Dedric Willoughby out of Harvey, Louisiana. He's got 22, and Iowa State, they take a 53-44 lead.
Kelly Thames getting the blow. Ferguson's got some offense, grim offense outside. Look at Cato while he fronted them and forced a deep post catch.
Ferguson having a hard time getting his shot off.
Look at Cato's footwork, though. Haley can't get it down where he wants down. He's not going to hurt you out there.
Ferguson.
This guy can, though. Ferguson got a good look.
9 rebounds, 9 on the other end. Dedric Willoughby making him pay. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA basketball will continue after this message and a word from your local station. .54 to go. Iowa State leading Missouri 56-44. Kelvin Cato, Dedric Willoughby taking over this basketball game.
They have been terrific, Gus, and the emotion displayed by Cato on the defensive end has been extraordinary. He's enjoying playing basketball. He radiates that charm, and Willoughby, the green light, they've been using clock all game. That time, within 5 or 6 seconds, he took it down. He's got the permission to take that deep jumper, knock the 3 down to get this lead to 12.
Dedric Willoughby 5 of 8 from the three-point line. In the first half, he had 10 points. He's got 15 here in the second half of play. Lob inside and a steal.
That wasn't a good play because it's Walter you're lobbing to. You got to lob to a guy who can soar and finish.
Joe Moderman intercepting the basketball. Here's Moderman in the corner, guarded by Walther. Size advantage for Moderman there.
See, now they're not making an adjustment now. They're using a little clock, but it's no adjustment. So they can run it down, get some good post passes, get a shot that can be or knocked out.
Bankhead fading away. He's got 4. 58-44.
Now Missouri's forced, look at this denial, to score quickly. And if you can't get a touch on the box, everybody can step up and harass the shot outside or the passer.
Cyclones with their largest lead of the game right now, 14 points. And back into the game now for Iowa State. J.C. Holloway. L.D. Murdoch also in the game right now for Missouri. And Kelvin Cato, he checks out of the game and gets a nice hand from the fans here at the Hilton Coliseum.
Shouldn't be out for long, Gus. Now Murdoch in the game and talking to Norm, he thinks he's going to be a nice player for him. Here's the good, strong post-up to finish. On cue.
L.D. Murdoch sticks it. Makes it a 58-46 ball game, under 7 to play. Good control dribble there by Dedric Willoughby, getting it over the half-court line. Edwards, backdoor crack to the bucket!
What a play. No big guy in the middle. Pull the string. Well, early in the year, Iowa State played Princeton. This is a Princeton backdoor by Carrill out of his book. Terrific step and go. Old-time music.
And Kenny Pratt gets the free throw. Iowa State completely dominating, up 61-46 with 6:18 left to play. Jason Sutherland, the step on the baseline. Offensive foul against Sutherland.
Ronnie Edwards stepping in.
And Sutherland checks out of the ball game. Been a tough afternoon for him. Came in averaging 22 points a game in his last 5. And we get a timeout on the floor. Iowa State, they're going to take a 20-second timeout. 6:14 to go. Iowa State up 61-46, and Sutherland picks up his 3rd foul. And we talked about Jason Sutherland, coach, when Missouri, they went on a 3-game losing streak earlier during the year, losing to NC State, USC. And during that game, Sutherland struggled with his shooting.
Checking the timeouts as well. Yeah, he's an important cog in this team, and the boxing one took him out of his involvement in the game. Never got in it, and right here, just great attention to detail. Clay Edward getting over, establishing position, easy call for the official, and you like your player to go strong to the goal. And one thing Southern will give you, he'll leave it all out there. It may not work to his advantage, but you're going to get what he's got.
Sutherland 2 of 5 from the field, 4 points. Here's Holloway. Do a good job running the offense inside. Pratt! And he's short on the layup.
Oh, is that a great lead pass baseline? That was a Pratt fall. That one did not go down.
Grimm. Long rebound. Controlled by Kenny Pratt.
And they don't need this. And the smart little play by Willoughby.
Here's Willoughby shaking his man up to the bucket.
Edwards over the top, Gus.
Clay Edwards picking up the foul. That's his 2nd.
Number 40, Clay Edwards.
And that will be the 17th foul against Iowa State. Missouri will go to the line for 1 and 1.
And that's one of the first times I've looked over Tim Floyd brought Dedric Willoughby over, use the clock, use your head, you don't need it. But when you've got the green light, they run stuff for you, you think you can take advantage. Terry Reed, son Neil at Indiana alongside. And they have prepared this team beautifully.
Missouri on a 5-game winning streak. Lead pass. Pratt all alone.
That's not Missouri basketball. Norm wants the timeout. This club's always well schooled. That's just a breakdown, and I think the crowd's a factor.
Kenny Pratt has a Coliseum rocking. 63-46 Cyclones. The game summary.
How about the free throws? When that just jumps out of there. Terrific performance by Willoughby and Cato, and numbers to support. Whatever you needed, they've come up with. J.C. Holloway, this is the breakdown. And just after this replay, and they went to the huddle, Norm Stewart and his staff, Rich Daly, Lee Winfield, they had a little meeting of the elder statesmen over there after the club went back out on the floor. Guys on the bench, including Julian Winfield. So maybe just saying, all right, we're taking this one on the chin. We'll give him an effort down the stretch, but remember this.
Thames. Kelly Thames remaining consistent. He's got 16 points now. And on the floor for Mizzou, 3 substitutes, Walther, Combs, and Murdoch.
A big thing now, this has been Iowa State's game. Reverse the ball, a lot of cuts, set up Willoughby. So, I mean, it's not an adjustment now as they milk the clock a little bit. It's nothing foreign to them.
8 on the shot clock. Here's Pratt. Ooh, nice move. The kick out. Edwards.
Solid. DDD. Drive, draw, dish.
65-48. Murdoch. Turnaround inside, and a nice strong rebound by Edwards as he keeps it high. Lead pass. Pratt.
What an effort by Kelly Thames. That was an easy deuce. But once again, the unusual lineup, not understanding balancing the floor, and twice now, the breakdown. You got to get back.
Gotta like J.C. Holloway and his ability to keep his head up
But you can
and see the floor.
We can make that pass.
I'm not going to say about that. I'm not going to say that.
I mean, usually there's a defender back there. Now, I know he looked, and you're supposed to look up when you dribble the basketball. But he has been solid as well, though.
So Kenny Pratt,
LD's got it out.
he's got 10 points.
LD's got it out.
Looking for number 11 here for the junior out of Taft High School in Chicago, Illinois. Thames penetrating, grabs his own rebound, goes up strong again, and draws a foul.
He's trying to do it all on his own. Clay Edwards under there gets another one.
That's a 3rd foul on him. Now coming up next, the MCI downhill relays from Deer Valley, Utah. That's right here on CBS Sports.
Making the free throws now gives you an opportunity to change the look. Let's see what Missouri does to shake it up. I mean, they're hanging around here. 4 and change to go. A couple of steals.
Kelly Thames, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. And he'll knock down the next one. Substitute in for Missouri, Corey Tate, replacing Kelly Thames. And the Tigers, with token pressure here, man-to-man. Dedric Willoughby walks the ball up the floor.
Your subject in gambling defense is the back cuts and the dribble penetration. And that's what's been occurring of late. They're going to hold it, utilize time. Look at the open middle without Cato.
Willoughby popping out. Moderman backs his way in. Nice look on the baseline. Edwards, he can't get the roll. 66-50, long three-pointer, short by Combs. Rebound, Willoughby.
And boy, that was a big one for Mizzou to get back in it. Great utilization of the clock. Each trip, winding it down to almost 3 minutes.
14 to go on the shot clock. Willoughby up top, guarded by Tate. Looking to create here. He gives it up again. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Holloway. the kick out, and this will be a shot clock violation. They waited a little too long to get into it this time.
Because you got one out of the two things. Obviously, you'd like the deuce or the three, but they got the whole 35 seconds, and that's very important or essential at this point in the game.
Under 2 to play, 2 minutes, 49 seconds, 66-50 Iowa State.
You know what a competitor Norm Stewart is. He's got his old grade school coach, Melvin Wilson, here. He's got his all players from Northern Iowa. This will not sit easily on that flight back home.
Kelly Thames with the